The Google Pixel 4a might be actually one of the best smartphones ever released. In this video, I'll show you why. The Pixel 4a currently costs around $300 or 300 British pounds, depending where you get it. And for this price, you get almost a flagship performance. The number one reason why I think this Pixel 4a might be one of the best phones ever released is the build quality of the phone. It's extremely solid and very well built. The back of it is all plastic, the buttons are all plastic, and yeah, the phone basically is all plastic. However, don't let that fool you. This phone is incredibly solid and rugged phone. At first when I got this phone, it felt a bit cheap. However, after using it for some time, it really grew on me and I really prefer this plastic feel actually. It doesn't really feel like a cheap plastic thing, but it feels really solid and premium. And due to it being so small, yeah, I wouldn't really want a glass or anything else on such phone. It makes using this phone extremely nice in everyday usage. It might not be flashy or super premium looking, however it's very durable, and yeah, in everyday usage you can't really get a better phone than this. In some of the bend tests you can see online, no one's actually able to bend the phone, and the chassis of it is extremely sturdy, and even if you try to bend it with all this force, you can't really do that. And I think this phone actually won the #1 award for being the most durable phone of this year. If you want a sturdy phone, this is one to go for. Number 2 is the design of the Pixel 4a. It's extremely modern looking phone, and there are simply no bezels on this phone. The camera notch is very small and it doesn't really disturb you or anything. The back of the phone also looks incredibly good. It doesn't look flashy at all, however it looks very minimalistic looking, and yeah, it's just a nice look. If you want a simple phone, there's nothing flashy on this phone, yet at the same time the design of it is really nice. When you compare it to a bit older Pixel devices, you can see just how design has changed. These Pixel 2 devices had huge chins over here. As you see, the size of these phones is exactly the same. However, you get much larger screen on this 4a, and it takes up pretty much all the screen. Where on this one, yeah, just looks a bit ugly. Number 3 is the battery life and just how power efficient this phone is. I can usually get at least 10 hours of screen on time, even if I'm playing high demanding games on the highest screen brightness. Or if you turn screen brightness a bit down like this, you can get easily like 12 hours. Here you can see the stats I have been getting. You see, I can easily get at least 12 hours of screen on time. If you don't really use this phone much and just to use it to call or text someone, browse internet occasionally, and don't to use it very much, you can easily get this phone to last like 2 weeks without much usage. And that's simply incredible indeed. Even if playing high demanding games, I haven't really found that this phone ever really gets hot at all, and it stays pretty much cold all the time. That only shows how power efficient the processor on this phone is, and battery life on this phone simply keeps going and going, whatever you throw at it. When you compare it to, for example, older Pixel devices, I was only able to get like maybe 4 hours of heavy gaming on this phone, and that was with a new battery. However, now the battery life on it isn't very good, and I can get like maybe 3 hours at best of medium gaming. So yeah, the Pixel 4a is a really good upgrade if you're looking for excellent battery life phone. The battery on this phone is only around 3000 milliamps, which isn't the largest. However, again, the CPU on this phone is very power efficient, so the battery just lasts a very long time. If you want to see this full battery review, check out my channel where I have posted it. Also, even if you are using this flashlight constantly on, you can expect to last it around 12 or 13 hours, which is awesome as well. On the older Pixel devices, you can get the flashlight last maybe for 3 or 4 hours as well. So there's like 3 times the increase in power efficiency for the flashlight as well. So, and yeah, that's impressive indeed. The number 4 is the camera of this phone. You probably know that all the Pixel devices have incredibly good cameras, and this one is no exception. I have found the pictures you can get from this Pixel 4a are equally good as you can get from latest iPhones or even the Pixel 5 device, which costs considerably more. So yeah, you're basically getting amazing camera, actually the best camera you can get on market for a tiny price. I'm currently shooting the video you're watching with a Sony a6400, which is one of the highest end cameras you can currently get, and honestly for still image quality I should prefer the 4a phone, even if it has got a much smaller sensor. The computational photography power of the Pixel 4a is simply incredible. If you are simply looking to get incredible photos without fussing about all the settings or learning camera settings and all that stuff, then actually the Pixel 4a will provide you much better results than any camera actually. Even if you spend like $2,000 or $3,000 on camera with good lens, the Pixel 4a for still image quality will still beat the camera. For videos, actually the 4a also is very decent and much better than the older Pixel devices. If you are shooting videos outside in good light, you'll get awesome results. Even indoors they'll be pretty good. However, if you're looking for studio quality image and shoot videos just like these for YouTube, I would suggest to get an actual camera, as simply the sensor isn't large enough. However, for still image quality I really prefer the Pixel devices. Even if I got really nice photo gear, I use my Pixel most of the time. So if you want actually a good photo camera, I would really get a Pixel instead of a real camera, especially if you're a beginner and don't really want to mess with the settings, as the Pixel 4a is really all you need, and it provides awesome results. The number 5 is the stock Android experience you get on the 4a. It's super smooth and fluid. There's simply no bloatware on this phone installed when you get it, and that's really huge bonus over other phones such as Samsung's or Xiaomi phones, which come with tons of bloatware and the menus are very complicated. If you're looking for a very easy to use phone, you can't really get better than this. Even if you were to get a much more expensive phone, such as one of the last Samsung phones, actually the usage experience on the 4a will be much better, and it will be actually faster in everyday usage, simply because there's no bloatware and no unnecessary stuff on this phone. So yeah, that's actually probably number 1 reason why I love this Pixel device so much. Number 6 is the overall performance of the phone itself. As you see, the Geekbench scores doesn't really match flagship phones. However, in everyday usage or even if you're playing games, these numbers really doesn't mean anything, since this phone has been so well optimized. Everything runs super fast on this phone, and if you are playing even high demanding games such as Call of Duty or Asphalt or PUBG, this phone just simply delivers stunning results. So yeah, even if you see some phones that has got better results than these, don't be fooled by these scores alone, as it doesn't really tell the whole picture. And in everyday usage, this phone actually is much faster than pretty much any phone there is. The number 7 is speakers on this phone. You get one over here and one over here. And to be honest, I haven't actually found a better phone with better sounding speakers than these. Even 2 times more expensive phones can't really beat this phone sound quality. I wasn't really expecting to get such awesome sound quality from this phone. Also, if you go online, no one really talks much about these speakers and just how good they are. As you know, this phone isn't the most expensive phone there is. Her speakers on it is amazing. And when you are comparing to older Pixel device such as the Pixel 2, which actually was like 2 times more expensive than the Pixel 4a when new, then yeah, let's check it out. So this was the sound of the 2. As you see, the sound quality on this 4a is so good, and way better than on the older Pixel device, and actually way better than most phones have these days. If you have got this phone, you don't really even need an external Bluetooth speakers, as the speakers on the phones are so loud and clear. When you are playing fast action music, then you can even feel that this phone really gives out a huge bass, and you can feel this phone vibrating in your hand a bit. The sound quality on this phone is impressive indeed. Also on the 4A you get this headphone jack, which you don't really get on flagship phones. And the sound quality you can get from headphone jack on this phone is very nice indeed though. And the last one is just how compact the Pixel 4a device. As you see, it's not a large device at all, and it fits very nice in hands. But when you turn it over and start using the screen, you can really appreciate at the same time also just how large the screen on the phone actually is. You can comfortably watch all the videos and play games very well on this phone. Yeah, the size of the phone is simply incredible, and I really wish all phones had this good size. Some phones are incredibly large and they're honestly a pain to use, whereas this Pixel 4a I would say is perfect size. Not only you get perfect screen size, it's also very comfortable in hands, doesn't take much space in your pocket, however you do get very nice screen state on this phone, and it's all in such a small package. If you're looking for a very nice and compact phone, you can't really beat this Pixel 4a, as it's so nice to use. So all things considered, I don't really think you can get a better phone than the Pixel 4a, especially considering its low price point. It has got awesome build quality, everything feels very solid and smooth on this phone. You get a nice clean Android experience, everything just flies on this phone. And yeah, the camera on it, it's class leading and will beat pretty much any DSLR camera out there if you are using it on auto mode. The video is still a bit lag compared to latest iPhones. However, again, those iPhones are like 3 times more expensive than the Pixel 4a, and you still get fairly good video quality even on this Pixel 4a. The display on the phone also is very nice, and colors are very accurate and very nice and punchy. The speakers on this phone are probably the best I have ever seen. Overall, I don't really think you can get any much better than this. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button. Also, if you want to see more videos about the Pixel 4a or other Pixel devices, make sure to subscribe, as I'll be releasing them very soon. See you!